Joining us here on Gray But Not Old, the Imprints of Wisdom. We are so honored to have our guest with us today, Bonnie. Bonnie, welcome to Gray But Not Old. Welcome.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, very
Thank you for having
good.
me.
Thank you for joining us. I have three questions I'd like to ask you for our listening
Sure.
audience. So, Bonnie, as you have matured in life,
hmm
what two ages were the most challenging and why?
What two ages? When I was 30 and got divorced and became a single mom with three children was one of my most difficult times. And even right after that, when I was diagnosed with lupus, those were two very difficult times. However, because I have a strong spiritual foundation, I knew that I was going to be okay. It was hard at times, but I knew that I had a strong family that would help, strong mother who set in me the ability to overcome even the smallest things. So I would say those were the hardest to me, which were around the same time I was diagnosed with lupus. Around the same time, I decided to leave my marriage that wasn't most suitable for me, health wise, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of it together. So,
Bonnie, thank you so much. Thank
mhm.
you. How do you take care of you when all of the pressures in the world are kind of closing in? How do you take care of you?
I do a lot of meditation and prayer. I also love to walk and hike. I like to be in nature, calming areas. I love to listen to the sounds of water. Um, I get in my sauna that I have at home and I'll just sit and sweat it out. And then I'll, you know, take me a nice hot calming bath with lavender smells and things like that. I like those types of things. I like scents. Things that smell are very good, holistically for you. So I like to do that. But primarily I like to hike. I like to walk, listen to music, and just, and reflect on exactly what's happening. Being a counselor, I am able to make sense out of nonsense, if that makes sense. And so I'm able to do that because I'm trained to do so. So I typically don't allow a whole lot of stuff to sit on me because I know it's not healthy for you. And so I spend less time worrying about things and more time embracing the beauty of life and living my grandchildren, love them, and enjoy spending time with them. And um, just embracing every day and being in the present moment. Try not to spend a whole lot of time reflecting on the past and even the future. I just focus on the right here and now and, allow um, Yeshua and Yahweh to come in and give me the peace that I need.
Bonnie, thank you so much.
hmm
Lastly, what would you suggest that young men and women do to stay away from certain things that may come their way in life?
There's so much out there right now, especially with the social media. It seems to control a lot of outcomes for young people and to their detriment. We can't all look like, Halle Berry, Kim Kardashian. You can look like that, but they need to learn to love themselves, to take some time to, um, and, look inside and find out what it is that they're truly feeling. It's about the feeling of things, the energy that comes from understanding that, if I do that, what is going to be the outcome? Because every action, has a reaction, but it also has a consequence. And so if you don't listen intuitively, 9 times out of 10, you're going to make an error of judgment. And so when I speak to the young people here, that I counsel, I always, I have to ask them, you know, what is the motive for what you're trying to do? What is the outcome that you'd like to see happen? Because if you continue to use those drugs, or if you continue to abuse your body, so to speak, what is going to be the outcome? And a lot of times they don't think about the outcome. They just think about the right then. I want it right now. It's a pretty selfish generation that we're dealing with right now. Very, they expect things, they feel like they're entitled to things. And so I try to show them that they don't have the right to be entitled. They, people had worked for the things that they had. And so they need to, be patient, know that there is, don't grow up too fast, that's for sure. Because I know thinking back in the day, oh, we wanted to be grown so bad, but they lied to us. Being an adult is not fun. It was not what we expected. And now we're dealing with the consequence of thinking we wanted to grow up too fast. So don't grow up too fast. Take your time, be a kid, enjoy your youth. Because when you get older, stuff starts to happen that you didn't expect to happen. And so they need to just, as they say, take the time and smell the roses, because there's going to be a time where you may not be able to smell those roses. So be grateful about the time that you have, the youth that you have, and stop trying to rush. It's not worth rushing.
Bonnie, thank you so much for joining us here on Gray But Not Old.
Thank you for having me.